Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is Tuesday, Tuesday. I hope everyone has had a good Tuesday on today. I'm excited about the Power of tonight, as I am every Tuesday. Thank you all for joining me for our Power of moment on tonight. And I wanted to say before we begin tonight, thank you so much for those of you who have visited my website for Total Reset. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, all the comments that you've left. Hi, Harriet. Hi, Laura Renee. Keisha Daniels. All the comments. Thank you so much for all of the encouragement for Total Reset. God birthed that. He did that. He birthed the Power of So I'm just grateful that I'm able to stand and do what thus saith the Lord. So again, the website, if you haven't visited, it is www.deloriamichelle.com. So take a moment just to visit. Hi, Elizabeth. So our reword on tonight is rejection. Keisha Daniels, get out of my business. Rejection. That's a word that we do not like to hear. That is something that we do not like to experience. And it should be something that we don't like to do to other people, is reject them. We know that to reject means to refuse something or someone, to refuse to accept them, to refuse to even consider them, to refuse to even hear them. Rejection is a hard thing. Rejection makes you feel unwanted. It makes you feel unworthy. It makes you feel useless. When you feel rejected, especially when you're rejected by someone who you love and you want them to receive you, rejection hurts and it cuts to the core. It cuts to the bone. And when you feel less than, when you feel useless, you need to know and you need to be reminded that you are useful and God has created you for a unique purpose. So rejection, let's talk about it for a moment. We've all experienced it at some time, some point or another in our life. Laura Renee, I know it. My God, rejection. Rejection, it makes you, when it festers and it resonates in your spirit, it can cause self-inflicted wounds, because when you're rejected by someone who you want to receive you, then that leaves a spirit of uselessness on you. It makes you feel less than, because we all want to be celebrated and not tolerated, especially by those who we celebrate, but who have done nothing more than rejected us. So how do we get over rejection? How do we get over rejection? That's right. Sometimes rejection is God's way of protection. And we're going to talk about that just a little bit tonight. Just a little bit. But how do we get over rejection? When you're rejected and it hurts and it cuts to the core, you have to at some point revive yourself. You have to encourage yourself. You can't allow the rejection from anyone to resonate so much so in your spirit until it causes you to feel less than what you're supposed to feel. So how you deal with rejection and how you overcome rejection is you have to surround your people with yourself with people who genuinely love you. You have to change your connections. You have to surround yourself with people who celebrate you and not just tolerate you. I've experienced rejection myself. Being with someone and you think that they genuinely love you the way you love them, but all along they're only tolerating you for whatever the gain is to them. And what I've come to find out with rejection, when people reject you, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. In my experience, this is my truth with rejection was because that person had a deep-seated jealousy within them. Had nothing to do with me. Rejection was because that person who rejected me had some serious self-esteem issues within themselves. Rejection was because they had some issues that they needed to deal with and they couldn't receive me or nobody else. So when you're rejected by someone, don't think it's because you've done something or because you said something. Don't think it's nothing to do with you. Rejection has nothing to do with you, but it's all about that person and what's on the inside of them. And I agree, rejection is God's way of protecting us at times. We all know the story about Joseph and how Joseph's brothers were jealous of him and how they sold him, how he was sold into slavery and all of that. They rejected him because of jealousy. But one thing about rejection is rejection never stops the plan of God for your life. They can reject you. The times you tell somebody God is getting ready to bless you, they'll reject you because they can't stand it to see you blessed. They'll reject you because they want to operate and they want to flow in that grace. They'll reject you because they feel like they're more deserving of what God is doing in your life than you are. But the truth of the matter is, no one knows what you've had to endure or what you've had to go through in order to receive the blessings that God has for you. So again, when you're rejected, don't think it's nothing that you've done. You take that rejection and you chin up, sis, and you take that rejection as God's way of protecting you and getting you to the right people that will celebrate you, that will push you, that will inspire you, that will encourage you, that will motivate you, that will say, sis, I got your back, and who genuinely care for you. It's nothing to do with you. So when you're rejected, love on them anyway. Love on them and treat them kind. Love on them and treat them nice. That's the best way to deal with that rejection. That's our re-word for tonight. That's our re-moment. I hope you all have enjoyed the power of re on tonight. Remember, when you're rejected, it has nothing to do with you. And again, go visit the website, www.deloriamichelle.com. God bless you. Love you guys. Have a good rest of your evening.